Market failures, parks and recreations, Ian, Adam, and Jose. The community of the Woodlands, Texas thought that having more parks would decrease the market failure rate, allowing it to be able to have more and better and improved parks. They used materials that would be cost efficient along with using tools that are environmentally friendly compared to other products. The effectiveness is great at decreasing pollution in the area. Market failure here wasn't that high to begin with, but it was still there. The cost was high compared to the standard way of dealing with building the parks, but here the community chipped in a little bit more tax money than usual to build these parks.
Hi, madam. I'm another expert here to join with the failure of parks and recreations. First, we have the examination of that the impact failure has had on the community. This will be building new and improved parks and playgrounds for the community, which means the kids will have a safer place to play on while having fun, and also the parents can communicate with one another and make more friends. The second part is discussing the cause of the market failure. Now, the problem with this here is that the government's going to have to start taxing the community, and people are going to have to pay more. The reason why is so they can maintain the parks, make sure no kids get hurt, and everything stays good, and no fatalities. Thank you, expert Jose. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. I'm here to explain why parks have a negative externality of production and a positive externality of consumption. Now see the ways parks work, since they're public property, they will always have a positive externality of consumption. Now, just because they're public though, doesn't mean that they won't have a negative externality of production. What does that mean though, right? So what happens with a positive externality of consumption is that here we have the private benefit, this line right here, and this is the social benefit, right? So as you can clearly see, social benefit is way more than private benefit. The problem with this is that people still keep going at this equilibrium, the equilibrium for private benefit. While if we were up here, it would be much better in a social, more worldwide kind of status, right? Parks, however, also suffer from a negative externality of production. What this means is that social cost is much higher than private cost, yet we still charge the same. The cost is still down here, while it should be up here. It would be more and way efficient. Explaining this graphs in a real-life manner, picture this. People go to parks, and they're public, right? They're a great way to spend time with family, friends, and they're free of charge. You just have to pay some taxes to get them running, maintenance, right? But how often do you actually go to the park? Now, my comrade Ian talked about it. The community feels kind of on the line about it, but if you ask around your neighborhoods, you'll find how many people do actually go to the park, how many people actually sit at the benches in the park, how many people actually play any kind of sports at the park, right? So that explains that graph. People are not using something that will be very beneficial to them. On this chart, this graph, parks, they take a lot of energy to maintain, right? You need all the fertilizers, you need all those heavy trucks that carry the gardening equipment, you need all that oil that you spend on making the benches, and then if you want to make it environmentally friendly, you have to spend even more money to make those benches recyclable, right? There's a special kind of bench that's made from 100% recyclable wood, something like that, that costs a lot of money and a lot of energy to make. So that's why the social cost is much higher. Because if you want to make a good park, you need to tax more. So therefore it costs more for the people and the environment to keep those parks going. And since we're not using it to its full advantage, as we've seen with the positive externality of consumption, it's a lose-lose situation. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this documentary. It was very informational. Any questions or comments? Feel free to ask us. Thank you.